Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we're taking a look at Tzeentch. Good old Tzeentch. So Tzeentch is fun, and let's find out why. So, Tzeentch, the Changer of the Ways, is the Chaos God of magic, evolution, manipulation, and trickery. He is Flux incarnate, the god who truly embodies the endless broiling change that is chaos. It is Tzeentch above all who holds the terrible knowledge of fate and destiny in his talons. Because he's a big bird monster. You know, talents. His worshippers are desperate to share in such lore, but are merely pawns in the great game. Another piece to move on the board and outplay the other Chaos Gods. To serve Tzeentch is to invite insanity. His servants weave their own complex webs of influence and manipulation found in cults in high society, as well as armed legions of puppet followers. They pay no mind to the fact that their master views such plots as mere petty distractions, for the architect of fate's own designs is eons in the making. Very cool indeed. And very, very chaos, you know. They do everything for their own benefit, and their followers just happen to be along for the ride. You know, whether they're cognizant of that or not is, dependent on the follower, I suppose. But anyway, Kairos Fateweaver, one such follower. Greater Demon of Tzeentch. Kairos Fateweaver, also known as the Oracle of Tzeentch, is the wisest of the Lords of Change. Cast into the Well of Eternity by Tzeentch, he emerged with two heads. The left head scries the past, while the right can perceive what is yet to be. And so it is that Fateweaver has gained infallible knowledge of both the past and the present. Sorry, the past and the future, but is blind to what occurs in the present, which I think is such a fun idea for a character. You might think the present is such a minute thing. I mean, it just went. It just went. We were in the present, it's gone already. So you'd think future and past is really all he needs to see. Yeah, but no, apparently not. Apparently not. I guess it's some distance into the past and some distance into the future is where his vision starts. It's all very confusing, but anyway. Faction effects. Enemy reinforcement time, prediction accuracy, plus 100%. What? What's that, Janet? Yes, enemy reinforcement time, prediction accuracy, plus 100%. You should have listened the first time. Battle reinforcement time, minus 50%. Hero action success chance, plus 15% for all characters. So the reinforcements work differently now, and I doubt I'll be able to show it to you, just because, yeah, I can't really show you much. If we're in a long campaign, it'd make more sense, but now reinforcements don't come in straight away. There's a timer for their approach, and there's a prediction involved. It'll predict when the enemy is going to come. It isn't just going to straight up tell you how long it'll be before they arrive, so you have to plan accordingly. But Kairos Fateweaver, because he can see the future, he can predict it much better than other people, so he has a much better chance of doing that. Also, battle reinforcement time, minus 50%, means that his own reinforcements can get to the battle a lot faster, because of course they know when the battle is going to happen. He can give them very precise instructions of when to march. So I think it's really cool. Yeah, it's really, really appropriate, not only to new mechanics in this game, but also to Kairos Fateweaver. So really nice stuff there. Also, Lord effects can unlock unique items that can be used to customize Kairos' spell selection. It's a very, very weird one, very weird system this, which I'm not even sure we'll be able to play long enough to be able to show you this. I'll just have to show you the skill points, and that's about it. Enemy hero action success chance, minus 50%, so that's nice. You know, he's not going to get assassinated anytime soon. And ambush defense chance is up by 50% for the Lord's army, because he can see if someone is about to jump out the bushes and go boo, because he can see the future. So, pretty handy. Pretty handy indeed. Also, to make it representative of most people's campaign experience, for these previews, I am playing on normal difficulty, because that's what most people can be playing on, so, you know, I'm not going to muddy the waters by putting on high difficulty. So let's jump in. Tzeentch is the great architect, the changer of the ways, the god of magic, mischief, and manipulation. Kairos Fateweaver is his oracle, able to see past and future, but blind to the present. Ursun's death howl has stranded Kairos on the mortal plane while he is in the midst of a grand scheme. An incursion into the celestial dragon empire of Cathay. But there is a greater boon awaiting in the Chaos realms if he can bypass the Maelstrom. I travel to reach Fateweaver at the Silvered Tower, hoping to be retained before he teleports to a staging post in the east. He will know of my coming.
The Silvered Tower, refuge of Kairos Fateweaver, the most powerful of all demon sorcerers. I found the great conjurer searching for a spell to pass through the maelstrom, but his scribe scoured every book in vain. I told him of Urson, held captive in the Forge of Souls, but he dismissed my wisdom.
We already know of Bellacor's plot, for I see the past, and I see the future.
But you are blind to the present. You did not see the maelstrom, nor can you decipher a path through it.
The Tome of Fates holds the answer, the spell we search for. Kill him, brother. Take it.
Only I can use it. The tome is bound to my soul.
We can unpick it. No, let him serve us. For one drop of god blood, I have foreseen it.
Peck out the eyes of Urson. Use their power to view the present.
The sight of a god. The past, present, and future. All will be ours to see. Interpret the Tome of Fates. Tell us what you believe to know. Born of the Deceiver.
At once, great Oracle. Soon a way to bypass the maelstrom and enter the realm of chaos will present itself. That you already know, I'm sure. But to the present, there is much we can do to ensure our forces are optimal. We have come to the Volary, but a better staging post for Cathay's invasion is to our north. Taking it by force would be a waste. Instead, use your Tzeentchian cunning to coax the inhabitants of Bloodwind Keep to our cause. Not everyone needs such persuasion. The settlements further along should easily fall into your talons through physical might. And there, the great Bastion of Cathay. By your design, underlings of the Changer have already taken the Snake Gate and infiltrated the Dragon Empire. Take advantage and invade before the Bastion's powerful guardian can plug the gap. Once within Cathay, you and your minions can tear it apart. But that is just one destiny open to you. To the south are many scattered tribes who serve no master. Tools to expand your influence across the Chaos Wastes. And in the east, the ogre kingdoms are entrenched in their mountain camps. Your ability to teleport will allow you to scour the mountains of their hungry souls. The fates reveal much. It is your will that will weave them into a power base that shall take us into the realm of chaos and to the dying god. Let us begin.
Good stuff. First off, I just want to say how much I love the narrator, how he says Tzeentchian. I don't know how he gets the T so prominent, yet somehow just like it doesn't waste a syllable. It's amazing. He's such a great speaker. Absolutely love this guy. And the fact that he's been with us since game 1 I think is great. So love that. Also, he did mention something about teleportation, which we're going to get to immediately. So your machinations have borne fruit. Through manipulation, the Imperial Wardens have wandered far from the normal patrols of the Great Bastion. They are now within striking distance. Kill them and weaken Cathay's defences. And we'll get grimoires for it, which do something, presumably.
Kairos Fateweaver.
Hey, Kairos. Hey, Bubby. So, he's a good boy. So, one thing I'm going to do, which I don't recommend doing at all, just don't do it. This is stupid, but I want to show off the mechanic, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to be stupid for you. I hope you appreciate it. We have the stance Teleport, which basically works like the Underway stance for, you know, the Dwarves and the Skaven, and the Beast Paths for the Beastmen, and the World Routes for the Okay, it works like all of those, but it costs a bunch. It costs 40 winds of magic, which we only have 50 in our reserve, so spending 40 of that means we'll have basically no magic, which actually gives us debuffs as well. It actually ruin a bunch of stuff. This is why it's stupid and don't do it, but I'm doing it anyway because I won't get another chance to show you this. So you might think that's just terrible, that it comes with a huge cost, but he's supposed to be all powerful and everything. Well, this teleport is way better than any of the others, because it lets you actually teleport on top of enemies. It just triggers an ambush immediately. How cool is that? So you can spend magic to... Okay, we have 20. Apparently, we have 20 somehow. But yeah, it's just so good. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just so cool. So anyway, you'll see our army in action in the battle. So let's do it. Alright, here we are. This is a ambush in the Chaos Wastes, which honestly, it's among the least cool ambush maps, just because there's not really much in the way of like trees. I mean, there are funny, weird trees in the realms of Chaos, and the map does just look amazing generally. Like, it's such a step up from the Chaos Waste maps of Warhammer 1. But anyway, yes. So ambush battle. Let's do it. Sadly, no funny trees or anything, like trees with eyes or something would be nice, but sadly, nah, none of that. It's a pity, but it'll have to do. So, but one thing that is very important to mention is that ambush battles are actually ambushes now. In Warhammer 2, they weren't. In Warhammer 2, you had to deploy about over here and march for 8 hours to ambush the people that are already deployed perfectly and were ready to, you know, to fight you. I hated it. This is way better. This is so much better because I'm actually attacking them. It's an ambush now, so I love it. Also, I love the unit. So, Blue Horrors of Tzeentch. I really just, generally, historically, I've really disliked Blue Horrors. All the horrors, I think they look goofy and dumb, but in motion they look horrible and scary and creepy and slightly bonkers. I love it. I love it a lot. I've been won over. Just seeing them in motion just makes them so much more interesting. Also, we have Kairos up here, who looks great with his 2 heads, and he flies, which is lovely. Then over here we have a burning Chariot of Tzeentch, which is a flamer on a chariot, drawn by these 2 Screamers of Tzeentch. All very simple naming conventions, aren't they? Yeah, very simple unit types. And this disc, that's called a disc. It's very silly. But anyway, looking really cool. Well, technically that's a burning chariot, the smaller one to the discs, but, you know, whatever. So that's really cool. So really good missile attack on the burning chariot, 1.4k damage. And it also has Warp Flame, which imbues a weakness to fire damage and lowers armor. And, well, all these guys do fire damage, so it's going to be maximizing a lot of damage. We also have these Chaos Furies, which are very cool. Every Chaos faction has their own brand of Furies. It's just a colour swap, and, you know, some things get swapped around a bit, depending on who owns them. So here we have the Pink Horrors, which are, of course, the better version of the Blue Horrors. These have more ammunition, and they are actually better in melee and everything, but they come in smaller units. So it's 80 compared to the 160 that these guys have. So if you want to just bog enemies down, these guys are your, you know, in sort of quotes, melee guys, and these are your ranged guys, but both have very much the same kind of role, or at least can do. These guys have far less ammunition at 5 compared to 20, but generally they can all throw fire and they can all muck in combat. Finally, we have a Soul Grinder of Tzeentch. It looks amazing. I love the sort of, like, gilding everywhere. All the gold trim is really cool. And like spine of gold and the weird antennas there, supposedly, I don't know, sucking magic out of the air. Who can say? But anti-large armor-piercing missile damage on their missile attack. Very good missile attack on him. So let's attack. Obviously. Marvelous. And oh, and of course, here, amongst the fireworks, are supposedly some Cathayan units here. Huge attack from him. 43 kills already? Yeah, he's good. And now let's use the Pink Fire of Tzeentch, which also imbues a fire weakness, which is really good. So yeah, that Warp Flame debuff is really good. There we go, we crushed it. And you might be wondering, oh no, we've lost some health or something. No, that's just our barrier. We haven't lost any health at all. Oh, well, we did on the Furies a bit. But, yeah, we haven't lost any health. We just lost our barrier. The blue bar is barrier, and that will replenish over time. So we have 1,200 health. Like, temporary hit points before we start taking damage. And there we go, starting to replenish. Starting to replenish. Stay out of combat, and that'll replenish. You can get back into the fight, and you have another 1,200 health on Kairos before he starts taking damage. It's so good. So useful. And then for Pink Horrors as well, let's have a look. They have 1,400 barrier, which is really significant. I think if any faction is sort of gonna just win a fight without taking damage, it's this one. Because usually you just lose the odd unit or whatever, fine. But if something isn't going to do much damage to you, you're just going to get off scot-free. It's insane. Decisive victory. So that went very well. We lost 2 Furies, and that's it. We got some Grimoires, which will be useful, probably. And also, we get, it just gives us a roundup of the rewards, you know, items and experience, favour and grimoires. And what is lovely is we can conjurate the locust. I mean, who hasn't conjurated a locust from time to time? So ensnare these captive souls, and the winds will curl around the great conspirator. So this literally just lets you, as a post-battle option, gain winds of magic. Which is really cool, especially if you've just burnt basically all of your magic to ambush an army that you could defeat with 0 effort. But hey, you know, that's YouTube. Also, you can devour them, because obviously consume the captives to strengthen this demonic host, or offer as tribute. Send the souls of these captives to the Raven God. Nope, we are going to conjurate the locust, ensnare these captive souls, and the winds will curl around the great conspirator. Lovely. So we've got a bit more magic. Not much, but something. We're 25 now, so we still have that debuff. So these debuffs aren't just like... Not everyone has to deal with this stuff, by the way. It's just because we are a demon race. We are all made of magic, and we need magic to sustain ourselves. So when you have low magic, casualty replenishment rate is lower because it's harder for them to exist in the world. So they can't get more. You know, you can't get more into the world because there's no magic. There's no magic to spawn you, right? So, you know, this happens with all demon factions. So the more magic you have, the more bonuses you get. So campaign movement range and barrier replenishment rate up for here, which is very nice. It's good stuff. So anyway, we defeated them, and we got an Opal Amulet. Opal Amulet can grant its wearer a life-saving second chance, but suffers a hairline fracture in its previously perfect surface as a result. Aww. And we killed Huge War. And feather the nest. Let's feather the nest. Even the most manipulative and far-sighted of lords will still require a power force to back up threats and even act when direct action is required. Recruit more warriors to expand your force. Well, if you say so. Can I? No, I can't. Again, another huge reason not to do that on turn 1. Just saying. Luckily, though, we can... Oh, it's going to take 2 turns. I was going to say, luckily, though, we'll be able to get a load of pink horrors next turn. No, not next turn. So, everywhere can get the Court of the Covenant. Every demon faction starts with this. The idea of, you know, it's neutral ground in the realm of chaos. I'm assuming that this thing we can build is just supposed to be a gate to the Court of the Covenant. I've seen some people quiz over this, because, you know, how can it be here when it's in the Realm of Chaos? Well, you know, the Realm of Chaos isn't physically sound anyway. Bits of it could appear anywhere, so, you know, you could argue that. But just, it's a portal there. Just, you know, like, you can use your imagination. I haven't got this, I haven't been told, but, I mean, that's what I assumed as soon as I saw it. So, yeah, I mean, don't see why not. Right, we could also get some Forsaken of Tzeentch, couldn't we? Yes, we could. Yeah, maybe I will start building that tree. Although, Screamers of Tzeentch will be very useful, and I'll tell you for why. So, Screamers of Tzeentch, they have good armor piercing and anti-large, and they fly. We're about to march into Cathay. These guys will rip dragons apart. You have a few of these units, suddenly like, oh no, Miao Yin is on her way. Screamers, just throw Screamers at her, bog her down, and yeah, they'll get rid of her. And because they have so many shields, the damage will be spread amongst a few units of them, and it'll take ages before they even start taking damage. So they'll just sit there doing damage to the dragon. They are so good at doing that. So yeah, get them early. Get them early, guys. And thank me later. Alright, next up we have technology. Let's do some technology. So some will cost grimoires. Okay, use for grimoires. Interesting. Not very expensive, a lot of the things we get here, but Way of Deception will unlock Changing of the Ways. Reveal Shroud. Alright, what the hell is that? Well, we'll see in a second. You can also put up Winds of Magic Power Reserve when increasing. Let's maybe do that. Let's maybe do that. Growth we can put up, a few other bits and bobs. We won't get that because we won't have time to get it by the time this episode ends anyway. In fact, I don't think we won't have time to get anything before this episode ends probably, so it doesn't really matter what we get. But obviously that Way of Deception, Changing of the Ways Reveal Shroud, that's because there's a Changing of the Ways mechanic. And here we are. So this lets us spend grimoires on meddling with people diplomatically. Or, I guess, otherwise, in a few different ways. So you can reveal faction intentions. So that is actually new to diplomacy, the whole diplomacy system now. If you're allied with someone, it'll have like a big arrow from, say, you know, if you're allied with Lothar, have a big arrow from him to somewhere. And it shows their intention of where they're moving, right? Which is amazing. So you can actually see that. So we can see where our enemies are going and then go, oh, they're running over there, so I'll hop over the mountain and kill them or whatever. You know, you can find out some different bits and bobs there. Reveal Shroud removes all the fog of war. Track army. Oh, actually, hang on. Track and transfer an army's line of sight. Oh, okay, so that gives line of sight for an army for 5 turns. Whereas that just points the arrow to where they're going. So I guess there's a bit of a difference there. Kind of similar, you know. You can see where it is, you can see where it's going. Anyway, Force Rebellion, so just rebels immediately pop up. Halt Faction, all characters in the faction have their movement halted. Again, amazing. Really useful. Open Gates, open the gates of a settlement with walls. Brilliant, you can walk straight in. Although gates have like no health nowadays, so I don't really see why this will ever be useful. Genuinely. Unless, of course, you have no siege attacker. If you have no units with siege attacker in the army, then this is going to be incredibly useful, so you can attack on the turn that you turn up, which is great. Break alliance, you can force people to break alliances, which isn't going to go down well with either of them. Give war coordinate target. Of course, we don't have to be allies with people to say, oh, you should go fight that guy. You should definitely go fight that guy now, which is amazing. Transfer settlement literally just transfers ownership of a settlement, which we can look at now. So Oracles of Tzeentch, well, that's us. If we had 418 grimoires, I could just buy this. I can only do one every God, how long is it? Does it actually say the cooldown? Oh, there we go, 10 cooldown. So 10 turns. Every 10 turns I can do this, provided I have the grimoires. But how cool is that? We can just get it. We can give it to someone else if we like. We can give it to anybody. We can give it to the rebel lords of Nanyang if we like. It's very cool. So, very useful, Changing of the Ways. I mean, I say it's very useful. It'll have some niche uses, which I think will be incredibly interesting and make for some, like, really crazy tactics. But I think most of the time it's going to sit fairly idle, and you'll be biding your time for a decent chance to use it in a way that's going to, like, really tip the scales. So, I think it's really cool. Like, you can even give... you can even just do silly things, like if 2 people that you don't like are at war with each other, and one of them is starting to get the upper hand, you can just give the other one back a bunch of their settlements. Which I think would just be infinitely funny, especially in like a co-op game, if you're playing multiplayer, and you're just like, that belongs to the other guy now. It would be so funny. If it's allowed. I don't know the limitations in multiplayer or not, but yeah, I think it's really funny. Also, Unholy Manifestations, so all Chaos get their own, you know, it's essentially rights from Warhammer 2, but they get their own ones that actually unlock the more corruption you have. And that's, well, not you have, the map has. So when there's 1,000 Tzeentch corruption in the world, you unlock this. When there's 2,000 Tzeentchian corruption in the world, you get the next one, 3,000 for the last. But they're really good. So this literally just means that you can't move for 2 turns, but you get 250 grimoires for having done it. So if you are just sat, kind of biding your time, then you can get something out of it, which is very cool. This one enables attrition for the army, regardless of immunities. So you can literally just decide someone is going to suffer attrition, which is amazing. This one puts up barrier hit points by 25% and range by 20%. That's nuts when most of the army has a ranged attack and they all have barriers. That's huge, absolutely huge. And this final one, Winds of Magic Power Reserve, plus 15 per turn, which is very handy. 3 turns as well, so that's a lot of Winds of Magic. Control, minus 50 for the local enemy province. So, you know, unless they're on like 100, that's pretty much going to guarantee. Well, alright, if they're anything below 50, then 3 turns time they're going to end up with a rebellion on the hands. It also puts up Tzeentch corruption plus 25 in the local province, and that will affect control a huge amount. Control is just public order. They've just swapped out the word public order for control across the board in this game. It used to be just Bretonnia that had control instead of public order. Now everyone has control as a measure of that, which I think makes more sense. Which I think makes a lot more sense, honestly. So, that's Unholy Manifestations. And that's pretty much everything, actually, for Tzeentch. Like, genuinely, I think that's everything. That's all his mechanics. Oh, and cults. So maybe in a couple of turns we'll get lucky and a cult will form. There's cults as well, which mostly just let you get more grimoires. And I think let you raise... I think you can opt to destroy the cult, but it puts up the Winds of Magic by a metric tuck fun. So, you know. So, ally begins outpost construction. So there we go. Sarthoriel's Watchers here. They've decided to start building an outpost in our settlement. So when the outpost is built, we'll actually have a couple of their units will be added to our garrison, which is a lot of fun. And they'll be able to recruit whatever we happen to be recruiting, you know, able to recruit here, which is very cool. So we're not actually at war with these guys, but we probably should be in a minute. Yeah, it wants us to kill him. So, capture and occupy the following settlement. We require Bloodwind Keep to facilitate the invasion of Cathay, but taking it by force is not the only option. You might instead use your Tzeentchian cunning to coax the inhabitants to your cause. Well, I could try it, couldn't I? Could try it. Followers of Tzeentch may use Changing of the Ways. Yeah, they can. And if we take this, we'll get an Iridescent Horror, which is a hero. It's a Tzeentch caster. It's basically a horror, but, you know, big. Big and iridescent. So, yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, mate. Yeah. We've been through this, actually. We already went through this one. Yeah, I know the grimoires. Yeah. And, yeah, transfer settlement. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, do you want me to change this? I mean, I can't afford it, actually. I can't... Well, I definitely can't afford that. Oh, why do I want to give it to Dreaded Woe? Dreaded Woe. No idea. Okay, could I not even give that to Oracles of Tzeentch? I don't know what the limitation is. I guess if you're at war with them, you can't snatch it, I suppose. How many grimoires are we getting per turn? None. Okay. Tell you what, we're gonna be weird. I'm gonna go over here, see if I can get some grimoires from them, and I'm just gonna give this to myself later. Okay, that's the plan. It's probably quite a stupid plan, but screw it. I'm gonna go with it anyway. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Also, this isn't going up at all. We really do need that to go up. But we can't go in a stance that'll actually put our magic up. That's very frustrating. Never mind. But yeah, don't teleport to that first... just don't do that. Oh, we did get another 100. It assumed we would have done that by that turn. That's why. That's why it was telling us to do this. Because it assumed we would have recruited 2 units, but I teleported like a mad chicken. So, yeah, see? Would have been able to afford it. Oracles of Tzeentch. This is mine now. No, this is mine. This is mine. How cool is that? Let's get a cultist camp built. That's not the same as if a cult forms in a settlement. It's just all the resource buildings are cultist camps, because why would demons mine? You know, that's not how it works. So the legendary black ore, oft ensorcelled with arcane power, cultists mine it for trading amongst themselves and offer other nefarious merchants. Fun. So let's grab that. And I'm probably going to attack this anyway, just so we can have attacked that. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually get any attacks in on any of these settlements, honestly. Oh, maybe that... no, that's still going to be a chaos settlement, isn't it? Or is it? That's actually decorated like a Cathay settlement. Is it going to be a Cathay settlement in the Wastes? I don't think so, but now I'm intrigued. I may have to go attack that. Anyway, we got a iridescent horror, and I think I might just ignore that now, so I can go back this way. But anyway, we got Bloodwind Keep, which is brilliant. We got a hero, and they want us to join our hero here. And now it wants me to take an entire province, which I will do. I will absolutely do. So I'm glad I was able to show you the transfer settlement thing. I mean, it transferred the settlement. It's not that surprising, but I'm glad I got to show it to you in action anyway. Even if it is just, I own that now, and that's it, you know? So there we go, did another mission. Are you going to give us anything else? No, they're not. Alright, let's get some more pink horrors. I like pink horrors. They're good. And then we're going to take this over. This one will be next. Into the east. Alright, let's crack on. Okay, let's keep moving. We're about to reach that turn afterwards. I think I will. Whoops. Oh my god, we're not even at war with them. I just took one of the settlements, we're not even at war. Oh my god, Tzeentch is so fun. Such a silly faction. So beautifully silly. Okay, brilliant. Probably time I declared war on it now. They're going to have a lot. They're going to have quite a big army. They're going to have quite a big army. We have no magic. Oh. Yeah, it's going to sting. I just have to wait one... Although they are recruiting too, but... how much magic can I get? Plus 15? It will only be plus 15. I really do need more magic. I really do. But, hey, what's a turn, anyway? What even is a turn? So normally by turn 4 I would have... you should have the whole region conquered. But it's okay. Because like I said, what is a turn, you know? What is a turn, anyway? So, Fraltras is saying hi, and I just know I'm going to be calling this guy flat ass by accident, like, over and over again. We all know it. We all know it. He wants military access. Is that the one that I'll be... That's not him, is it? Is that him? No, it isn't. That's a different faction. Okay, good. Then, yeah, okay. Technology researched. Wow, we actually got that. And yeah, we'll be getting more magic now. I'm kind of tempted. Alright, now let's get the way of... Should we get that? Or growth? I don't know. Again, I didn't think we'd get any of this done. Let's get that. Cooldown for Lord of Tzeentch units. Good. But again, what even is a turn, right? Right, one more, and then we will attack. God, there's going to be so many things to attack. You know what, I'm going to declare war on them now. I could actually just get a non-aggression pact, but why would I do that? There's declare war. There we go. I usually do it by right-clicking and saying declare war, so, you know. I'm not used to all the new icons yet. Allies don't need to help, don't worry about it. I don't want them marching off in the other direction, you know. Alright, that'll do. Brilliant. I feel like they should be attacking me, but they're not. So, earn 20 allegiance with any allied faction. So that is something we can actually look at doing. So if we go to these guys' diplomacy, we can click on war coordination, which is actually like all of your, you know, deals with them. Oh, they don't have an ally mission. That's a shame. But yeah, we can build outposts if only they had a major settlement. They don't yet, so we can't build an outpost there. We can request an army, though, if we have enough allegiance, which is something very cool that I keep forgetting to mention. I always mention that you can build an outpost and recruit their stuff, but you can actually literally just say, I want control of your army for a bit. Which is so cool. So you don't have to coordinate with your allies in the same way. You literally just take direct control of their army and you march it to where you want it to be. Which is really interesting. But you need a bunch of allegiance. But at some point, you're probably going to have a bunch of allegiance just burning a hole in your pocket, so, you know. Okay, we have plenty of magic now, so I think I'm going to start doing some more recruiting. So let's get a couple of those, and I think that'll probably be fine. They may attack us. I kind of hope they do. Okay, they didn't attack us, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and attack them. I could attack this guy outside the settlement, but I have a stubborn feeling that you guys probably want to see the settlement. How dare you? So this is going to be a nightmare situation. We might not even win. We might just get ground down by sheer weight of numbers. You'll notice here, reinforcement arrival time, 1 minute 58 seconds. Because reinforcements have a timer now, which is so cool. But anyway, we may very well be ground down just by sheer numbers, but hopefully we'll beat them, and that would be nice. So this is a hell of a battlefield. I really love this one, and also kind of hate it, because it's probably... I mean, I think if I was defending, I would prefer to have this settlement than most of the major settlements in the game, simply because the terrain is such that you have to attack through these little choke points. It's a choke point battle. You can just block this and let the enemy run into you. It's really... You know, or you could just do it around the corner, so their ranged units have to stand right inside to be able to shoot at anybody. You know, it's a bit ridiculous. But you also notice it's the 8-pointed star, where there's stars for just, you know, lava pits, and then the other points are the entrances. You'll notice there's not really a point. It's more evident on different versions of this map, with sort of different, you know, flavours of chaos corruption. Sometimes this is more built up and, you know, lush, or whatever. It's usually more noticeable that they've actually built up the land outside here to make a point. But yeah, you really can't tell on this map, the sort of generic one. It's just been worn down over time, I suppose. You can see it's not exactly in the best state of repair. Anyway, we haven't looked at our flyers yet. So of course these are just the same screamers that pull the chariot around, but with that anti-large bonus. Very, very handy. Very handy indeed. Love them. Oh, also all demon units will crumble when their leadership breaks. So they'll just sort of slowly get sucked back into the realm of chaos. And, I mean, I guess that's it, right? Let's just attack. I think we're all set. So let's get you guys charging in. You guys charging in. We're going to charge in with our flying units and see if we can't attack any towers that they spawn here. So they do also have some Marauder Horsemen that I should jump on top of and kill, really? Let's get Kairos in here as well. I suppose you can run in. We have our Iridescent Horror. He's got some spells we can use, and we have the Chariot of Tzeentch as well. Not a huge amount of ammunition on these, only 9, so, you know, it's a bit of a pity. Doesn't have more. But, God, look at these flying overhead. So scary. So weird. Ugh. And they look just like those things out of Doctor Who. I've mentioned that a lot. If you've seen that episode, it's the one with the bus. It's the one with the bus in the desert. It was an Easter special during the David Tennant years. There's creatures that look just like this, except they're covered in metal. But yeah, they look the same. How are you not doing? You're not doing alright? I don't think you're doing alright. I told you to attack someone. Why aren't you doing that? You silly goose. See, they're doing what I said. Just stand on the edges. You don't have to worry about it. So this tower is going to get built, because of course towers get built now. That's a thing that happens. So, you know, that's cool. I mean, what the hell is this? So many little chaos bits. Ah, here we go. Perfect. Let's put everyone... Oh, everyone is on guard mode. Perfect. So, how are you doing? Whoops. Alright, that seems to be going well. Let's actually just get you stuck in, shall we, Mr. Grinder? You gotta treat it with respect, guys. Alright, let's get the tower. In you get, lads. Also, towers are a right nightmare for flying units, because they'll just shoot a bunch while you're attacking them. It's really annoying. If you're constantly flying from tower to tower, trying to destroy all the towers, it's usually a real pain. But we got shields. We got our barriers. So we'll just take some damage from the tower, and we'll take it down before we actually take any real damage. Then we'll wait for the next thing to build, and by the time we get to the next tower that's being built, we'll have, you know, got our shields back. So, no harm done. It's crazy, right? So, we can glean magic as well, which will give us extra magic, though Lothar isn't a spellcaster. Is he? Oh, that guy is? Alright, we're going to go grab this Chaos Sorcerer's magic. Alright, you're going to fly off there and glean magic from that lad. And what's great is this Deathcaster. I almost guarantee he's going to use, I was going to say Soul Stealer. Spirit Leech, that's the one. He's going to use Spirit Leech on us, but our barrier's going to take all the damage. And so we're just going to replenish it, and then he's going to use another one, and he's just going to waste all his magic. So wait, glean magic. I'm actually going to overcast it? No, I'm not. I don't want to miscast. But that should actually earn us some magic for us, which would be great. And you are starting to suffer some damage, so run away. Just run off. These guys still have barrier, so they can sit here and take the damage. You're actually taking damage too, so you can run back too. Good lad. Oh, there's another one. Alright, destroy that one now. Thanks. Good stuff. So, have you gleaned his magic yet? Not yet. Ah, there we go. He's doing it. And there we go. His magic is being gleaned. And what that does is put up power recharge by 80%. Our reserves per second go up by 0.10. And it puts down the enemy power recharge rate as well. So that's fun. So hopefully that should give us a small profit. And we can start using some magic. Potentially. Alright, come on, lad. Hey, come. God, so we still have all these guys firing. We still have so much ammunition over here. Alright, come on, mate. Out you come. I need you to rest up. So where is our iridescent horror, anyway? There he is. He's got a missile attack as well, of course, because, you know, Tzeentch is crazy. I don't really want to use Blue Fire of Tzeentch, though. I don't want to use that one. That's a magic missile, you see. It's a magic missile, which is great against, like, single models. But we're not really facing any of them right now, so I'd rather not bother. Okay, let's wait for them to get stuck in. It looks like they're about to get into a nice spot for us. Alright, here we go. Pink Fire of Tzeentch. Let's do it. And here it is. It bounces off walls, by the way, and so it will just bounce back and forth between these guys. You should probably run back, mate. And you guys run in. How much damage did you do then? 27 kills, only 125 value, which is pretty pathetic, but he did do 3,000 damage, so it shows how cheap Marauders are. But yeah, you can't get stuck in now. Is there another tower building? I mean, it looks like I can still attack it somehow. Oh, I think that bugged. That exists because we're doing damage to it. It's just not visible. I think possibly because we were clipping through it. There's also another tower somewhere, I think. I thought I just saw a missile coming from over here, but maybe not. Anyway, we're doing well. You know, getting some damage in there, which is lovely. Got an iridescent horror. Having fun. Oh, and because we've used magic, it actually recharges our unique battle abilities, and this one actually gives us more power recharge and reserves per second, and use it on a spellcaster. So there we go. Now Kairos is getting us some more magic. We already have plenty. I'm not really using much. Should use a lot more, really. Ooh, hitting that would have been good too. Yeah, that would have been real good. And that's still there. Okay, that's very confusing. Why aren't you attacking it? Okay, now attack it. There we go. Sometimes they will sort of get stuck. Yeah, they'll just sort of get stuck around a tower, and you have to sort of pull them away, and almost like you're cycle charging, but also kind of not really. It's a bit weird. I'm sure you'll see what I mean when you get hold of the game. So friendly fire is a thing. We just barbecue your own guys a bit. Sometimes you get good line of sight. Sometimes you will just hit your own guys a lot. But that's okay. Our iridescent horror should be able to hold these Chaos Marauders in place for us. And there are so many enemies here. Let's use another pink fire of Tzeentch. A lovely little breath attack. You can see the damage being dealt. It's really nice. Good quality of life thing to be able to actually see that damage preview. It'll just sort of have a dark red bar, which is really handy. And yeah, you're getting shot at, aren't you? Sure are. So we did some damage to the Marauder Horsemen, but they're being stubborn. So let's go destroy this piercing tower. We are destroying so many towers, but we're also not taking out any of their supply locations, so, you know, what do you expect, frankly? Alright, more pink fire. And, yep, that went well. And let's get some more magic. Brilliant. So that's really how you get most of the magic in this faction. Oh, and you should come in again. Good lad. And you know what? Take off. Take off, Kairos. I don't like that you've taken damage. Because he is taking some damage. Like, he's only got 20 melee defense and 50 armor. He's not that strong. You know, the barrier keeps him going for a long time. But he shouldn't really be in sustained combat. I'm being very flippant. Alright, go help destroy this, yeah? Good lad. Alright, you guys want to destroy this? Come on. Come on, lads. Come destroy this tower. They're building another one over there. And another one here. A lot of towers. Awful lot of towers. Okay, let's see if we can get you positioned. It's a little tough to position large units in these spots. It can be real tough. Still haven't quite destroyed this. But soon. Soon. Alright, more pink fire, shall we? We need to get a lot closer. There we go. That's dealt with. Our barrier is starting to come back. Almost filled up this Arcane Surge again. Marvellous. And it looks like there's a lot of them clumped in here, which should do some good work. Nice. Very nice. And yep, let's give it some more magic. So good, seriously. You get so much magic playing as Tzeentch. Well, playing as Kairos. On Team Tzeentch, I suppose. That's what the T stands for in Tzeentch. It's Team Tzeentch. Tzeentch. Team Tzeentch. Right, use this again in a second. Alright, let's do another. There are Chaos Warriors in here too that are taking a bit of a beating. But we are getting through. We are getting through. Okay. Shield still replenishing. Alright, let's get our Chariot in here. They do have armor-piercing weapon strength, which is quite handy. So, you did good. You sure did. Go destroy this tower now. But yeah, these choke points, you know, with Tzeentch, where it's just, oh, that bounced off the wall funnily there. Okay. These inner walls count as walls too. Seriously though, look at the details on these. Bunch of little urns and everything. A lot of details. And corpses. Lots of Marauder corpses. Yeah, crazy detail. So much detail on these maps. Really is stunning. And barricades can be built, of course. I mean, seamless. It just really looks part of the scenery, you know. Very cool. Alright, let's do another one of these. God, look at this mess. Look at this. Big damage. Good. And we have another one of these. More magic, please. We're still on 26. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. God, look at all this. Madness. I did tell you, right? Sheer numbers. You never know. They might get us. Let's charge the rear of these guys, though. I'll hit them with one more spell, and then I'll rear charge them. And we'll see how that goes. But God, so much to do. Let's get that Chariot out of there. I don't like the state it's in. Alright. Hopefully this will bounce the way that I want it to. Sure did. Sure did. Alright, you guys all have nice armor piercing, so those Chaos Warriors should regret this. God, damage that this Soul Grinder's taken as well. Alright, we need to get you out of there. So hopefully this will do the job. Let's get in there with Kairos as well. Yeah, let's get you back. Still got all these guys lying in wait, of course. Oh yeah, okay, they're in a position where they can start shooting. Nice. These guys break. No, those Chaos Warriors still fighting. Jerks. Right, let's hit these guys. Again. Brilliant. How much damage have you done, Kairos? 33,000. Only 1,500 points, though. Almost gone. Ooh, Forsaken are coming in behind us, though. Alright, let's get our flyers back in the air. I mean, they're in the air already. They don't listen to me. So this has all gone well. This has all gone pretty well. Let's get some more magic. Yeah, most of these enemies are starting to run, which is nice to see. Yeah, a lot of these guys being terrified. So, you guys doing alright? Yeah, they get some kills. These guys have got a few. Alright, how are you lot doing? Let's attack these Forsaken now. Let's attack them. And I suppose I will hit these guys again. There we go. Just some more damage. Try and make sure they run. I've got shields back. I've got my barriers back on the Chariot so they can get back into combat. Alright, good stuff. I mean, look at this. Absolute anarchy. Big fan. And those Forsaken looking pretty scary. No Forsaken. I mean, Forsaken hit pretty hard, so not something you really want to stay in combat with. And you can see the damage they've done. I was kind of hoping they'd break a little quicker, if I'm being honest. But it's okay. Hit him with some spells that'll hopefully scare him a bit. Good, good. Almost gone. Almost gone. Okay, they're routing. Brilliant. Now I can get back in the air and hopefully get my shields back. Alright, up you go. Up you go. And now, the Soul Grinder. God, what do we do with you? There's still so many. There's still 2 lords we need to fight. Crazy. Alright, let's get some more magic. Got Arcane Surge again. These army abilities are so good. So use magic to get you an ability that gives you more magic. Like, it's just amazing. Really fun. And I've had people ask about magic, basically saying, I can't believe we only have 100 magic. Tzeentch is going to be rubbish because there's not enough magic in the game. Like, come on guys, seriously. I mean, alright, we are starting to run out, but how many times have we used Pink Fire of Tzeentch? I mean, seriously. We've done 37,000 damage. Which, okay, only 1,800 value, but still. Kind of ridiculous, honestly. It's basically nonsense. Oh, and this piercing tower's back. Again, the bug with it not displaying. And another one over there, too. But that's okay. You sure do see the past. You sure do. Sure do, buddy. Now's a good time to attack these marauders and see where they end up. How did you... Oh, because you fly. Yeah, okay. It's like, how did you get there? Flight. Flight is how. Flight is how he does that. Like, that's not... It's not surprising. Okay, have you destroyed it? I feel like you're trying. You're giving it a go. Alright, how are you doing? You doing well? Come on, kill those marauders, won't you? Almost got it. Almost got this invisible tower. It's very cheeky of them. You know? I kept destroying the towers, so what did they do? They made the towers invisible. I mean, I would do the same, if I could. But generally, it doesn't let me do that. Also, this burning Chariot of Tzeentch, I think we just need to get it out of the fight, honestly. Like, the towers are shooting at it, it's being a right pain. Okay, that one did get destroyed, and now it's visible. We destroyed the spell. Okay. God, there's so many. How are you doing over here? Okay, your shield's down now, so let's get you out of combat, okay? Let's get out of that fight. I bet it's this tower. Come on. Alright, up you get. Good lad. Good lad. Come on. Come on now.
We went there.
Yeah, well, go there faster. Oh, it says we went there instead of we're going there, because he has no present tense. Seriously, how cool is that as a touch? We went there. His tenses are all broken. It's so cool. It's such a minor touch, but like, man, that's cool. Also, jeez, we almost lost that burning chariot. That would have been really, really rotten. Really want to get this guy's health back too. Poor lad. Okay, now let's charge again. Hopefully this will be the charge that gets him. And, alright, things look pretty good. Things look pretty good. Almost got it. Alright, one more charge. Okay, we're getting our shields back. Brilliant. There it goes. Let's chase down those Marauder Horsemen. Actually, let's charge back here and let's get a nice rear charge into these guys. They're being a pain. And let's pull you out of combat so you can use a missile attack on these guys so we can see these missile attacks. Because these guys are so compressed that I reckon his attack is going to be great. So he throws this energy lance, and a bunch of other lances fly in as well after it. It's really cool. Chaos Marauders, and Chaos Warriors that are mostly over there and mostly getting shot. So actually, you know what? Shoot the Marauders some more. I'll charge in the rear in a minute. Oh, I got another tower. Of course there's another tower. And another one over there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What's over here? Oh, some Forsaken are back. Okay. Let's attack them as well, then. In fact, I feel like we can just ignore the towers now and focus on the units. I think that might see us through. This is taking weeks, so, you know. It is taking weeks. Tzeentch plays the long game. We all knew that. We all knew that when we came in for this, you know. Also, I did say we'd probably lose thanks to the sheer numbers. So, things are going well. God, the Screamers look so cool. With these, like, sonic blasts that they've got. It's cool stuff. It's cool stuff for sure. Big fan. So, oh, no, they're not down yet. No, these Marauders are still somehow kicking. I mean, they're terrified, but I don't want them terrified, I want them shattered. Now they're broken. Alright, I'll assume that'll do. And let's go for their lords, shall we? Let's go for their lords. Is that a barricade? Sure is. It's okay. I get it with my flyers. There we go. Actually, do I want to send you in? I guess it doesn't matter if we lose this. I mean, this is going to be a last fight. So if this chariot gets destroyed, just remember, don't let your chariot get destroyed in your own campaigns, guys. But yeah, we're going to go and kill these guys now. And again, the details on these maps, so cool. Those little pillars and everything. It would have been so much easier if this, like, if all of these buildings had rooftops. Because they wouldn't have to, like, figure out, okay, what does the interior of all of these buildings look like? I mean, a bit desolate, to be fair. You know, not a lot of interior details, but, I mean, little shrines kicking around. All sorts of stuff. It's very cool. Little fountain down there that doesn't look too cleanly. Cool stuff. Anyway, let's attack this Deathcaster, because we can. Although, probably shouldn't do that with you just yet, because you are super injured. Also, you can throw some magic at them. So let's do that first. Did I miss it? I bloody missed it, didn't I? Anyway, we did a bit of damage to him. So that's fun. Okay. I'll wait for your shields to come back completely. And in we come. That was a spirit leech then. Fair enough, really. I'd do that too. Also, I love this, like, lava floor. Just roughly in the shape of the 8-pointed star. Very scary. Very intimidating. Wait, where'd the other guy go? Oh, there he is. Hi. And we took this down, huh? Brilliant. Alright. Come get him. Soul Grinder's running in now. There are some Marauder Horsemen kicking around. Let's chase them off. And the rest of you guys, you know, I did tell you to land, right? You did see that? Alright, you know what? Let's use the flying toggle. You're a land unit now. That's right, you're a land unit now. Good. Is that a Spirit Leech? Oh, it's on one of the Screamers. That's fine. Alright, let's mess him up. Come on, boys. I feel like this is going to take a while. Come on, guys. I know you don't have the best melee attack, but could you at least pretend? Oh, there go the Chaos Furies. They've got really bad leadership. They do buckle in seconds. I'm amazed they lasted as long as they did. Really am. Also, where did their horsemen go? Did we kill the Marauder Horsemen somehow? What happened? No idea. Oh, well, we won. Everything broke. So, cool. We did it. We did it. We bothered these guys long enough that they all disappeared. So yeah, there you go. That's, Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, I mean, we lost quite a bit. And there you have it. So we defeated Kazag and, Moxia, Golderman. Alright. So there we go. Job's a good one. Also, post-battle thingamajigs. Pardon me. Post-battle thingamajigs, we can get grimoires, because of course we can. So, we're not going to, though. We're just going to go ahead and occupy this. He's going to run away. You better run. And then we're going to call it today. So, one thing, the Snake Gate, you know, all these gates, only Cathay can build these into the gates. All you can do is get an occupied version of it that has no garrison whatsoever and just puts up control a little bit so it doesn't rebel. That's it. That's all it does. It does almost nothing. So, yeah. Great Bastion is a very complex thing, apparently. Once it falls, it really is only Cathay that can rebuild it and get it fit for purpose once again. So, which I like. I mean, part of it is just what other faction is going to dedicate the resources required to rebuild something like this? And the answer is none. None other factions. So, you know, it's pretty interesting though. So you can't just take this, all of this, and know that you can just keep Cathay out of the Chaos Waste forever, right? You can't do it the other way around. It's only Cathay that can take advantage of that. So anyway, that's it. That's it. So we're going to end it. Oh, changed my mind. Episode's not over yet. Or maybe I cut this in before I said my goodbyes. Anyway, it's awkward, but I'm back. Because I never actually went over Kairos Fateweaver's skills, because we never leveled up. I mean, now we've leveled up a ton, because I just fought 1 billion enemies. And that's the beauty of this game, is experience really goes up quickly in big battles, which is really cool. It's really nice. It's not really the same as it was in the previous game, where it was just one battle equals one skill point, basically, you know. This, I mean, I just leveled up to level 5, which is awesome. So, we have all of the Tzeentch spells, obviously. Some of them are really good. Greater Arcane Conduit, because of course, that actually puts up spell mastery as well as power recharge rate. Spell mastery actually ups the amount of damage your spells do. So we'll do 10% extra damage with all our damaging spells, which is very cool. So Fire's a change, damage resistance for 9 seconds, map-wide, which is very nice. You know, very cool to see. So, like that. That's the lore attribute. You get Glean Magic that we've seen already. Blue Fire of Tzeentch we saw already. Treason of Tzeentch lowers leadership and melee attack, which is very powerful. It's an area of effect ability straight away. Pink Fire of Tzeentch we've already used a ton as well. Prismatic Plurality decreases cooldowns. It's just a passive thing, which is very cool. And every time you cast, it'll lower the cooldowns of everything else by 10 seconds, which is really interesting. Sort of encourages you to be varied in what you're casting. Tzeentch's Firestorm is just sick. It just has a bunch of, like, flaming tornadoes, which is awesome. Infernal Gateway, it's a big gateway, does a bunch of damage. Then Magic Reserves, Earthing, and then his unique things, hates Nurgle, because every lord, well, every character, depending on what sort of demon faction they are, they have the faction they hate. So Tzeentch hates Nurgle and vice versa, and Khorne and Slaanesh hate each other, and vice versa, you know. And then the unique stuff here is Oracle of Eternity, which gives 44% damage resistance for 22 seconds. Every 90 seconds, which is huge, absolutely massive. It really, if you proc that, also barrier plus 40% during battles. So he'll have barrier of like 2,000, and then he can get 44% damage resistance. You can just jump him into combat with the barrier, give him the damage resistance, and that barrier will barely take damage, which is amazing. It makes him like a brawler, you know, for sort of burst damage, and then you get him out of there, and then you get him back in again, you know, sort of hit and run, but it's huge. Absolutely huge, that. Then the Oracle. Chance of winds of magic increasing in strength when changing, plus 10% for the local province. Very, very nice. Taumaturgic Rejuvenation is barrier replenishment rate delay goes down, and the replenishment rate goes up. So that's the Lord's army. So all of his units will be getting their barriers back quicker and, you know, sooner and quicker, should I say. Wind Summoner. Winds of Magic Power Reserve, plus 3 per turn. So even if you're in recruitment stance, like I had been before, you'll still be getting some magic back. Also gives physical resistance 10%. Barrier, plus 20% for Lord of Change units, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. And Winds of Magic costs minus 15% for all of his spells. For the Lord's army, so any other spellcaster in the army will also benefit from that. And Bewitching Potency is plus 20% barrier during battles for the Lord's army. I mean, he already has the quicker barrier stuff as well, but now getting more barrier for everybody. And Attribute, Mastery of the Elemental Winds for Iridescent Horrors, Cultists, and Lords of Change. So, Mastery of the Elemental Winds is the ability that Cathayan spellcasters have that gives a plus 10%, well, it's this, right, that plus 10% spell mastery. This will give it to all the other spellcasters, including Lords of Change. So you can have a bunch of Lords of Change in your army, and every single one of them is going to benefit from an additional 10% damage, which is huge. So good. So really powerful spellcasting, you know, army, essentially. It's very cool. He also has Hidden in Time, which he can use twice to make duration 73 seconds, which is kind of insane. So for 73 seconds, you can make a unit invisible, which is very fun. And it's hidden in time as well. Seconds into the past or future is perfect hiding place when fighting an adversary tied to the present. Invulnerable through change is just magic resistance, which is fine. And Gaze of Fate is an incredibly powerful move, which is a melee attack minus 40 debuff, which is huge, only for 14 seconds, which is very, very low. But they also can't move, so you can pin someone in place for 14 seconds when you're an army that has basically, like, everything has a missile attack. So it's really brutal indeed. So some amazing abilities, just genuinely fantastic. Also, the Fragment system, which, another thing specific to Kairos. Kairos' skill tree is way more involved than most others. Just generally, he's got a lot of like very nuanced things, sort of relating to spell systems that don't exist in previous games, you know, and the barrier thing, which also didn't exist in previous games. So, you know, there's a lot to it. But also he has these fragment systems. So the fragment of Gur, which is Lord of Beasts, Shyish, which is death, Akshai, which is fire, Azir, which is heavens, Gairin, which is life, Hish, which is light, Shaman, which is metal, and Ulgu, which is shadow. So all the different 8 laws of magic he can have a fragment of. So this will grant him so each of them give him a fragment of, you know, the associated law of magic, which he can then equip. You can only have one equipped per, you know, at a time, because it's a talisman, I believe. Takes a talisman slot. But you can only have one per you know, only have one of these. But it gives you some spells and replaces a couple of spells. So this one will give you Curse of Andrahir and Transformation of Kudon. So Curse of Andrahir, great melee attack, like area debuff, which is really nice. I forget what else it does. It does a couple of things. I think it knows speed as well. I think that's the one. It may have changed though in this game, so, you know, all the spells have been rejigged a bit. And Transformation of Kudon lets you summon a Manticore, which is very cool. Shyish, also it gets rid of Glean Magic and Infernal Gateway. Shyish gives you Fate of Buna and Purple Sun of Xerius, which are both hugely damaging abilities, but you lose Treason of Tzeentch and Tzeentch's Firestorm. Tzeentch's Firestorm behaves kind of similarly to Purple Sun of Xerius. It's just smaller. It's a smaller vortex, but there's 3 of them. And Fate of Buna is direct damage. I mean, Treason of Tzeentch, we already said how great that was. Huge leadership and melee attack debuff, which is really nice. So, you know, that's costly. Akshai, you get Piercing Bolts of Burning and Flaming Sword of Ruin, but you lose Clean Magic and Infernal Gateway. Azir gets you Combat to Cassandora and Curse of Midnight Wind. So, really good spells there again, but you lose Treason of Tzeentch and Tzeentch's Firestorm. Gairin gives you Regrowth and Shield of Thorns, but you lose Treason of Tzeentch and Tzeentch's Firestorm. Fragment of Hish gives you Birona's Time Warp and Net of Amantok. I mean, Net of Amantok. Be able to just, you know, with Gaze of Fate as well, having a second way to pin enemies in place to shoot at them is awesome. Also, you lose Treason of Tzeentch and Tzeentch's Firestorm. Shaman gives you Transmutation of Lead and Final Transmutation. I mean, be able to just spam Final Transmutation with the amount of magic Kairos gets. That is scary. Very scary. But you lose Clean Magic and Infernal Gateway. And Ulgu gives you Occam's Mind Razor and Penumbral Pendulum. Occam's Mind Razor is an interesting one because it's a big damage buff. Yes, you do way more damage and gives you like magic damage as well. So I don't know how useful that'll be for most of this army, honestly. Because that's really something you'd want to give to someone in melee. I don't really think there's like something that hits so hard that would really, you know, maximize a spell like Occam's Mind Razor. But Penumbral Pendulum is really good in Game 3. In Warhammer 3, it is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. So just for that might be worth it. But you do lose Glean Magic and Infernal Gateway. So there we go. I've gone over all of them. And also you've got the usual skill points that just level up stuff. Who really cares? I certainly don't. Oh my god, there's other stuff though. There's other stuff for him, actually, that's more involved as well, because obviously he's all about manipulation. The bottom tree is actually interesting too. I feel like Kairos just has the most interesting skill tree of anyone. Just full stop. Changing of the Ways cost -3%, so you spend fewer grimoires, and you can level up to 9%. So you get a discount on being able to swap settlements to other factions, which is crazy. And then, what else? Ambush success chance up, obviously. Change of the Ways cooldown. You can get up to -3 turns. So instead of every 10 turns, changing, you know, having a settlement change hands, you can do that every 7. Really cool. Lightning Strike is here now. Cooled by change, puts down up, keep, all intents and purposes. There we go. Change of the Ways cost -100% for reveal faction intentions. So reveal faction intentions, you can just do it for free whenever it's available. So if you've got the cooldown nice and low, you can just spam that and you can just see where the enemy are going. You can actually just see what everyone's plans are. Then Scrolls of Destiny lets him get additional grimoires, including plus 100% grimoires from local buildings, because certain buildings will create grimoires. Only for the local region, but that can be useful. And then that's that, I think. Is there anything particularly unique there? No. Okay, good. That's all of the things, I think. Yep. Good. Also, Leadership of Melee Defense Aura. That's fine. When he's out of melee as well. Which is actually really good. So when he is replenishing his barrier, he can just sort of loiter near his own units. So it means he's still kind of being useful, because obviously he uses spells all the time, but if he's not in combat, then your army are going to be able to resist damage for a while, and then when he goes barrier back, he can jump back in combat and start taking some of the flak that, you know, the people he was supporting have been taking. They can back off and replenish their barriers, potentially. So, yeah, I like that. Anyway, that's got to be it, right? Yeah, got to be. Also, he has quests as well for the Staff of Tomorrow, which is always fun. So, there you go. That's the stats. Ability Staff of Tomorrow. Decrease cooldowns by 120 seconds in an area, which is very interesting. So, other spellcasters around him will get their abilities back. So, some pretty cool stuff. Right, that's it. Night-night, lads. That's it. Okay, guys, I guess, comment, like, subscribe, etc., etc., right? So, affiliate links in the description. It really helps me out, please, if you are going to buy. Please buy from me. It's directly from Creative Assembly if you use the affiliate links, so it's, you know, you can't really get a safer place to buy from than the company that you're buying the game from anyway, so, you know, it's good there. You can get them any keys if you want Epic or Steam or anything. So, it's very flexible. Also, there's you can just buy on Nexus if you're used to buying from Nexus and you want to carry on buying from there. That's good too. Or, you know, you can just tell me to sod off in the comments, and that's fine too. So anyway, guys, comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Can't wait to start doing proper campaigns that I don't just sort of end after an episode. But, yes, and let me know if you want to see anything else. You know, whatever it is, let me know. And I'll see. I'll see if it's a good idea, or if it's an idea that I can execute. So just let me know what you want to see. More details on, or whatever. And I'll see what I can do. So, yeah, bye.